Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up. I'm your instigator of ISO 8s, Run 7. How you doing? Today, we're going to be going over Angel is Bay. They've got a pretty good defense. I took a glance at this. It's nothing to get too excited about. I think my biggest problem with this, well, we'll get to it. One thing I want to point out, every once in a while I like to point this out, war isn't that much important anymore. Don't be building war defense teams. And I know I'm throwing myself under the bus for this segment. War defense teams should be like the last thing you do. The only reason you should build a war defense is because you have the extra resources, which no one does, or because you just enjoy building war defenses like I do. But really the best thing you should be doing is building 8, 10, or 12 offensive war teams first. And whatever you've got left over, that's what you build your defenses out of. And yeah, just focus on getting those individual war attacks in. Your alliance is going to be pushed into a 50-50 win-loss ratio no matter where you are, and you're just going to accrue those trophy points no matter what level you're working at. So really be sure that you're putting things into your Doom Raid team right now, your raid teams. That's the most important thing you should be doing right now. Arena is also very important so that you're getting those cores so that you can be refreshing. But if you want to go way down the list of things to do, then you've come to the right place with Defense Up. Team number 1, we've got the Emmarauders. Okay, we've got Strife followed by Sabretooth. I like the placement. That works. Some people like to put Mystique next to Strife. I don't. Let's see, your power levels. Your Sinister needs to be more powerful. I don't like that you have healer on everybody. That's one of those things, you put healer on a person if you don't know what ISO they're supposed to have. Luckily, you didn't over-invest in these ISO 8s. It's just one, so that's fine. It won't be too expensive to change. I like Fortifier on Strife. You can bring that one up if you want. Strife actually works really well in Dark Dimension 4. He's a cheap person to take in there. He's got a lot of synergy if you're going to take in Sinister also. He's clearing a lot of taunts in those global nodes, and giving those buffs to Sinister, who spreads them to the rest of the team in DD4. So actually, I kind of like building Strife up. As for Sabretooth and Mystique, don't build in them anymore. You should replace these two characters with somebody like Minerva or Doom or Magneto. Makes for a pretty interesting defense here too. I don't necessarily like using Magneto on this defense unless I am unless this team isn't built. If you have a functioning Brotherhood, they're really good on offense. They still have some value on offense, so I kind of like to use them there. If you're going to go with Magneto on a defense, I think you should do the Magneto Doom defense. Otherwise, yeah, use them on offense. But replace these two characters, Sabretooth and Mystique. They're no good. And I like healer on Sinister, healer on Emma. I like Raider on Sabretooth and Skirmisher on Mystique, I believe. So fix the ISOs. Your power levels need some tweaking. Sinister and Strife could use a bit more power. Sinister especially. He's good. He's still got value even though Kestrel neutered him. I'm gonna give you just a C for this team, maybe a C+. You're getting there. But I'd like to see these two characters swapped out. I'd like to see you increase your power levels a little bit more. This team has a ridiculous amount of counters, and you don't want to go too hard into, especially the members you're not using, too hard into this team, because, I mean, we're pretty close to just taking Emmarauders off of defense at this point. All right, we got Wave 1. Proper placement, proper ISOs. No, not the proper ISOs. You need to change Hawkeye to a striker and Thor to a raider is going to be the best way to go. Otherwise, you got good power levels, good placement. There's no need to get crazy with this team. I'm seeing people take her onto the Skeleton team, replace her with Sif because of the synergy. And I like, oh man, my internet's just killing me these days. We just lost Twitch. Twitch will be back in a minute, but that's okay. We're still recording. Ugh. Okay. We got forest fires in my area, and it's causing outages, and stuff's just going crazy these days. Okay. Oh, we're going to give this a grade. This is, you're actually doing okay. I like this. Let's go with a B on this team. Swap those ISOs out. Otherwise, I wouldn't do anything different. Just swap those ISOs. B on this team. Doc Ock Sinister 6. We've got healer on Doc Ock and not enough power on him. No ISOs on these two. That's a cardinal sin right there. You should at least have ISO level 1 on every character in your roster at this point. Go with Raider or Striker on Electro, your choice, and then Raider or Skirmisher on what's this? Swarm. I think they're not going to matter too much. Honestly, this is another team that we're taking off of defense these days because all the Sinister Six accompaniment players they're garbage. Those tunes, they're already just like, even these new tunes are kind of power crept already. It's just ridiculous. There's lots of counters like symbiotes to this team. Supernatural counters this team. I don't like Mysterio on this team for that reason. He gets knocked down low on health or he's killed. His mirrors are then knocked down low or killed. Gains a lot of turn meter for teams like Axeman or Symbiotes. It's no good. Doc Ock you just need to max this guy out. You're going to use him in Dark Dimension 4. He's a great legendary. He's useful in a lot of other places. You can use him on hybrid teams for offense. You can use him on custom-made defense teams. Otherwise, you've got the right placement. You need to add ISOs, swap out this character. I'm going to give you a C for this. You're not doing too well on that. I hate seeing ISOs not being used on a team. There's just no excuse for that. Okay, here's this Coulson Kestrel team, the Shield team with Kestrel. This is a very frustrating team for me. It kind of requires Shadowlands to go in and beat it up. I used to use my Brotherhood on this team. Brotherhood doesn't work anymore on it because Kestrel just comes and destroys it. This team is great in rooms that are... excuse me. This team is great in rooms that have defense down or adjacent to security because of the way that she works. And you've got him bringing up some summons that will ping off of those defense downs and make her pop off. So that's pretty good. Let's see. You've got Raider, Healer, Striker. Good ISOs. That works. And I think you should swap placement with... Okay, I think this should go Fury, Medic, then Kestrel, then Coulson, and then Shield Security. So change your placement. Your power levels are fine. These characters aren't worth investing anymore. You max Kestrel out like you have been. ISOs are good. So yeah, just fix your placement is pretty much it. I'm going to give you a B for that team. All right, now we've got a Hydra whatever .0. I don't know. This is Hydra with Zemo, basically. Hydra Red Skull with Zemo. You've got one minion in there. I think this team works better with... take the Hydra Red Skull with his minions, replace one of the minions with Zemo. I like Sniper. I like Armored Guard or Security or the guy that taunts, whichever one that is. I like Scientist for adding a bunch of extra positive effects that make it harder to clear things. And I like Rifle Trooper. So basically not Grenadier. Wait, you know what? Scratch that. Get rid of Scientist, put Grenadier in there. Yeah. So Scientist is the one I don't like. He's adding positive effects that actually give a big speed boost to teams that pop off against multiple positive effects. Namely, what I'm talking about is the old Falcon. Every player is going to have a positive effect over their head when he pops his little speed boost thing and really speeding up your opposition. So let's get rid of Scientist. Use Grenadier. Get rid of these guys. They're not doing you any good. They're crappy tunes. You don't want to be investing in them. Go ahead and max out Zemo. Red Skull is actually turning out to be a pretty useful character these days because he is used with Zemo and they have such good synergy, so you can bring him up quite a bit. Yeah. Not a fantastic team right here. Otherwise, your ISOs are correct. You could put Fortifier on Red Skull. You can put just about anything on Red Skull, tell you the truth. Yeah. So I say swap out these characters with better tunes. Those minions. They give that damage reduction to Red Skull, really helps out. As is, this is kind of a garbage team, as is. Like, I don't worry about this. I'm going to take an overbuilt garbage offense team to come in here and beat this. That Zemo's not scary at all. If that Zemo was like a maxed out Zemo, then this team gets real scary because of that opening move. You know, wiping out my weak players and putting an ability block on somebody, screwing up my RNG and stuff. So get the power levels fixed, swap out those characters just to see as it is. It's just not very scary. All right, here's a thing to do when you don't know what to do with defenses. Like you're trying to save your better offensive teams and you just need to fill a slot. You throw in a Guardians, okay? This is pretty good. Ultron works in here. I kind of like the Technerva version better with like Minerva in here. And we used to be throwing Vision in here, but Vision's crap now. This works just fine, though. You've got Drax here giving Ultron time to get going. Raccoon giving the taunt to Groot, which is going to maximize that time for Ultron to get going. Star-Lord giving Rocket some energy. Yeah, it's okay. Star-Lord's got some great synergy now with Gamora and Nebula combos if you don't have the Infinity Watch team, but you can still get Nebula and Gamora rather easily. You can put them in here with Star-Lord feeding Gamora energy, so she's doing her ultimate and stuff a lot more. But this is okay. You got Stryker. Fortifier's not necessary on Drax. He's tough enough, he'll survive. Although his power level is relatively low. If his power level was the same as the rest of this team, then I would say get rid of Fortifier, instead put Healer or Raider on him. But because he's at a low power level and you don't want to invest in a crappy tune, I think you're doing the right thing by putting Fortifier on there to make up the difference. It's a cheap way to make up for not investing in a tank. Yeah, I kind of dig the rest of this. You can put Skirmisher on Groot and Stryker on Rocket and Star-Lord, and you're going to up the damage output for this team. The way they call assists with Groot, they'll be planting that vulnerable and doing the triple hit combo. So I recommend changing those. Groot isn't a healer. I know he has healing in his kit and stuff. He's not actually a healer. You don't want to make him a healer. Make him a Skirmisher. And then change Star-Lord to a Stryker. Yeah. I mean, his secondary ISO is Raider. It's not terrible. These are secondary ISO choices, I believe. But yeah, you should go Skirmisher, Stryker, Stryker for those three. All in all, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm going to give you the meh score with a B for this team because it's something to do and you're not wasting anything, really. All right, team number 7. What the hell is this? What is this? Okay. You have one brawler with Miss Marvel. She plays off of the brawlers. And you've got one brawler in there. Everybody else is a blaster or support. That's a waste of Miss Marvel. War Machine's too squishy. So what you're doing is you're trying to bring in 2 damage dealers, Black Bolt and Silver Surfer, and then once they drop below 50% health, she's going to bring up the taunt, allowing them to continue working, giving Shuri time to heal them back up. She's giving defense up to the whole team. And then you've got War Machine in here who just has no synergy. He's total crap off his power. Well, power armor's crap, but he's even more crappy off of his team because he doesn't get any of those power boosts. I don't like this at all. Also, you have one person putting out vulnerables with a chance of putting out vulnerables. Everybody else is Stryker. That's not doing you any good. You might as well change War Machine to a Raider on this setup. Then at least you got 2 people setting some vulnerables for these Strikers to work off of. Yeah, I don't like this. I think this is a waste. I think there's way better defensive teams that you could be building. I think you have several different defenses that you could be building. You could be putting her on the Mercs. You could be putting him on a Coulson on that. You could be doing the Coulson, Black Bolt, Crystal, somebody else on there. Is it Coulson, Black Bolt, Crystal, Silver Surfer, and I don't remember. There's a Yo-Yo. And that makes a really formidable defensive team. Ms. Marvel goes on a Hero Brawler team. You're not really wasting anything there because she's crap. He goes on the Power Armor team. You're not wasting anything there because they're crap. Although, I mean, if the rest of your power armor is at similar levels as this, you could be using them for low-level Hydra 1.0 teams. It's what I use my power armor for. I just go in, I punch down 75k or something, and they do the job. That way you can get rid of those pesky Hydra teams without wasting any good resources. Yeah, I just think this is a terrible waste of resources. I'm going to give you a... Oh... I mean, there's an idea at work here, but it's just not being played out well. Like, if this guy was a raider, I would say maybe there's something to this team. Power levels are up. I gotta give you the F for this. This is just... You got way better things you could be doing with this team. You could just be running a straight-up Inhumans team on defense. Yeah, this is a big waste of resources. I'd rather just see you put all these guys on offense and fill the slot with shield guards or something would even be better. So, I don't like this. I'm going to give you the F for that one. 8. Infinity Watch. No Adam Warlock. Nobody cares. Adam Warlock isn't necessary. However, Loki is a bad pick for this team. You know, Loki can... You could put him on a team with, like, Kestrel and hope you get lucky with the defense pings. With this team, Loki just isn't adding a whole lot. I think you should throw Star-Lord in on this team, because Star-Lord is going to be giving Gamora a lot of speed, and Gamora is the muscle here. She's going to be doing crazy damage. She'll pop off before anybody else's. So if they bring in an Infinity Watch, there's a chance that your Gamora might kill somebody before, you know, they get the turn to go. So let's see. You've got Skirmisher Striker on everybody else. I like that. The power levels are okay. You can max this team out minus Loki. They're going to carry you through a lot of content. They're fantastic. They're the best. They're the best. So max this team out. Personally, I think Infinity Watch should be saved for offense for when you come across a Heroes for Hire defense or another Infinity Watch, because this is just all this is going to do is soak up their Infinity Watch. And if we're all keeping Infinity Watch in reserve, then we're all getting more offensive victories, and we're all, you know, shopping the War Store more. So I think just save him for offense personally. However, you got the correct ISOs. Swap this guy out with somebody who's actually going to be more effective, like a Red Guardian or Drax, or you know, you could put Ms. Marvel here. You could put Miss Marvel here, because then if one of these goes down, the taunt goes over there, and Phyla's here giving them that drain ability to heal themselves back up. This might be where you put that Miss Marvel. I don't know. It's an idea. So I'm going to give you a B for this team, just because you got the bones of it right. You just need to bring up the power levels and swap out this character. Okay, so this has been Angel is Bay's Defense Up review. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button, turn your phone vertical. You can subscribe for more of these videos. We post them 1 or 2 a week. And you can always catch me live when the internet is functioning on Twitch right here, 9 to noon Thursdays. I do some bonus streams from time to time. Also, we're trying to get in a little bit more. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Don't just have a good game. Be good to yourself and others too. Thanks.